ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, powered by NothingisOB Golf Podcast. All right, guys, episode number 8, ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, powered by NothingisOB Golf Podcast. I got Birdie. Birdie, how you doing tonight, brother?
Can't complain.
DH, how's it going?
Fabulous.
And I got the man, the myth, the legend, T-Sal. How's it going tonight, brother?
It is. We're having a great day. It's awesome to be back on the air live with NothingisOB Podcast and the ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, episode 8, alongside Jason Bird, Dustin, Hassan, Andy Torres up in the top of the screen, Travis Salkowski here. We're going to bring you a rock star show. We've got an awesome event to recap. One of my favorite events, alternate shot. It doesn't get more fun than alternate shot until you throw in 40-mile-an-hour winds. That's the only thing that makes it more fun, and that's what we had this past weekend at Cedar. So I'm excited to talk about it.
40-mile-an-hour winds. It was outside of the winds. It was a beautiful day. I was at Riverside that day, and I had a softball game with which I got my daughter's team. We got our first dub of the season. We are
W's. Congratulations.
We're a 1-2-2. 1-2-2. 1 win, 2 ties, and 2 losses on the season. But I'm going to tell you, I loved seeing the time. The average that the foursomes took, man. Wasn't it a great time that y'all had, guys?
Holy cow. Oh, my gosh.
Under 4.5.
Yeah, as long as we're talking about pace of play the last couple shows, oh, my goodness, the last group of a full field sold out, 128-person alternate shot in those wins played in 4 hours and 25
at Cedar,
minutes.
No less.
I know. I was blown away. I was super happy. Shout out to ACGT Tour ambassadors Jason Sandoval, Sean Vidal, and Laura Lewis out there marshaling all afternoon long. I know Jason Bird was out there hanging out with Jason Sandoval, cheerleading a little bit as well, encouraging down the backstretch. The Sando, Sean, and Laura, do they get the 2 thumbs up? There we go. 2 thumbs up. Congratulations on your pace of play. Jason Bird approved.
Yes.
But yes, no, that is back-to-back ACGT Tour full fields that played in under 5 hours. And this one under 4.5 at Cedar in that wind. Alternate shot, no less. So really proud of the guys on the backside of the tournament. Pace of play is always on the front of our minds, everywhere from course setup to the rule sheet to ambassadors marshaling. And when you hit those goals and you finally hammer it home where everyone's aware of what's going on and the puzzle is complete and you get, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Bird's going to fact check me here, but that was a 5-hour and 40-minute tournament last year at Cedar Creek.
Oh, we got a little bit of these for the old dreaded 6-hour pace of play. Remember that?
Yeah, so to shave an hour off, I'm super proud of all of our tour golfers and tour customers. I'm super thankful to the ambassadors that were out there grinding out pace of play afterwards. And really, really excited again to be completely recapped with the last fight of the tournament, passed out gift cards, passed out skins, take victory pictures, and we're less than our average pace of play. So really, really awesome. Thanks for pointing that out, Andy. That was definitely my fun fact of the evening.
That was beautiful. I saw that. I think I saw I don't know if it was 425. I saw 426, and I was like, damn. I was like, you got to put it into those marshals going around there. All right, we got Maria.
I mean, Sando's cracking skulls, dude. I've never seen someone like such a taskmaster. They're like afraid of him, dude. They see him rolling up and they like recoil in fear.
Well, you know what? I have a lot of fear of those Aggie guys. They're scary. You know, you don't know what they can do. You don't know.
Well-
you don't know what they're capable of.
Well, true that, but yes, it's not a fear-based thing. However, it could be because there is slow play penalties on the rule sheet that the tour has enforced this year with penalties. So shout out to the ambassadors. Shout out to every competitor that played this weekend at Cedar Creek in those amazing Rockstar wins. It was a cool day and awesome pace of play.
I like that. Sando right here. Cult-like mentality, similar to this group. I thought he was going to say more like a David Koresh type cult. That's what I thought he was going to say.
That's my favorite kind of cult.
Well, drink the Kool-Aid. You got it. Mine is more of like a George Jones. You drink the Kool-Aid. I love me that purple stuff.
Whoa.
All right, guys. Now, Birdie, DH, how did it go out there for y'all being competitors out there this weekend?
It was tough. I mean, Cedar's always tough just by itself. You know, you throw in the winds, you throw in alternate shot, makes it that much more difficult. The pins were in some great locations, made it tough to get to some of them. You know, you really had to kind of take your medicine on some of those holes. You know, fire at the middle of the green, fire it, you know, instead of firing at the pins, especially knowing, you know, if you mess up, your partner's going to pick up your slack there, you know, so you're thinking of your partner in the back of your mind, at least I am. So I mean, it provided a good test for the golfers, I think. Bird,
You're so considerate. DH.
I'm terrible at golf, so I let my buddy Tyler down. I haven't heard from him all week. I don't think he's ever going to talk to me again.
He's been ghosting
I
you?
mean, he missed only one fairway. Otherwise, we probably would have shot 95 the way I was playing. So,
Well,
I'm serious. If he didn't hit every fairway, it was going to be really, really ugly.
Well, we say it all the time. It's difficult to be friends sometimes when you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, you know?
Well, no. What do you always say, Trav? What do you always say during the two-man events that hopefully that they're still friends afterwards?
Yeah, they're still friends. I think I put that in a wear officially underway from Cedar Creek. May you all still be friends when your round is complete.
Maybe you just need a little bit of time, you know, a little bit of time to heal.
But yeah, no, combine those wins with a big field, and the field was gigantic in terms of skill level. We used six sets of tee boxes this past weekend at Cedar. So when we use 6 sets of tee boxes, the golf course gets really stretched out. And Championship Flight played every inch that Cedar Creek had to offer on Saturday. And it was hard. It was hard.
I've never played those back tees on 8 all the way back there. That's the first time I played from that spot.
Yes, par 4, number 8, the old 17.
Yeah,
the train of tees.
Right, the old 17.
That hole plays a lot longer because you're uphill. I think it's very deceiving. The yardage is on there, you know, because you're going uphill, and then it's got that, those little rocks right there to the left at the bottom.
I chose to use that tee box because, and correct me if I'm wrong here, you guys were out there, but I've played from the back of the forward tee box, and I've played from that tee box and hit great drives, and they end up in the exact same spot. They go up that hill, and they roll down into that collection area, whether you're on the back tee or the middle of the tee or bird.
Well, we had some hurt and wind, and we had one. I won't talk about bird because of long hitters, but we had 189 in on 8, so it was no picnic back up the hill.
I mean, Tyler piped one, and we were not down the hill, so I think from the back tees into the wind, people weren't getting there. You'd have to really poke one out there to get over that hill.
So I have been corrected. I love it.
Right there, Casey Carnes, the back tee you can hit driver and not get into trouble.
And that is a the number 3 handicap hole. Is that not right? That is a scorecard playoff hole in there close.
I mean, I don't know what the course rating is, but it plays the 5th hardest in the tournament.
It is the number 3 hole. So I know that definitely came into play on some scorecard playoffs. As we get into the recap here, we'll talk about that in a bit. But
now, Travis, why don't you give us a couple of fun facts as we go into this recap? Because I know you had some great things in regards to sellouts, consecutive sellouts. unique golfers. I was just blown away by those numbers.
Yes, absolutely. Let me get into the fun fact segment. Casey sent I know Casey's watching. He sent a fun fact text message just a minute ago, which I thought was really cool. Nope, stand by. That's a point standings fun fact. We'll talk about that later. Let's go back to the fun facts Andy's talking about. This is the 8th consecutive sellout of the 2022 spring season. That is 8 in a row consecutive sellouts. The last 3 we've actually sold out, opened more tee times, and sold that out as well. So we say it a lot. Sign up if you want to play.
I guess it's a good time to mention that we cannot do that for almost this time. We've been told there will be no auxiliary tee times. That one's hard cap, boys.
That's hard cap, 120 players. We'll talk about almost here at the end of the show. I'm really excited to go there. I want to do a little bit of hole-by-hole walkthrough for next week's off-week show, where I'll shoot a little video at almost, see some of the changes, some of that stuff. And if we go back, we were talking about the sellouts. 8 consecutive sellouts in the 2022 season. If you go back to the 2021 season, it's the 12th consecutive sellout in a row. That's 12 in a row going back to 2021. The tour is hot. Sign up, play, Alamo City Golf Trail Tour.golf. 2 open events, open for registration events on our spring season. We've got the triumphant return of the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour to the brand spanking new Almost Basin on May 7th. Individual stroke play, double points. There will be an official course record set in championship flight in that event, which I think is really cool. We've never had that experience before. And Jason Bird, you've been down in Almost this past week. How are course conditions down there?
Oh, they're super good. They are really good. Yeah, there's a lot of grass. It's healthy. Very, very, very few bare patches. And with this rain, I bet.
Played there Sunday. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
amazing, shape. Amazing shape. Rolling smooth. Greens rolling true.
I have a question.
No flat putt.
Andy, you played golf both days this weekend?
I did. I did. Riverside. Riverside. We had a
hey, good catch there.
We had a four bros event. We played at Riverside and almost great.
Getting back to the fun facts, there were 29 first-time Alamo City Golf Trail Tour golfers in a Cedar Creek alternate shot event. I think that blows my mind. Welcome to the tour, alternate shot, 40-mile-an-hour winds. I think that's great.
Boom.
And that brings us to a record-setting with 2 events to go. 352 unique golfers that have played on tour this season. That is a record.
Wow, it's been a short season too so far. You know.
Yeah, we're 8 events in. We've got the return to Almost Basin, which is going to sell out, and then we've got the marquee major, the Breckenridge Park Masters, at the end of the season. That is battle for the Navy jacket. Stephen Evans, defending Masters champion. Super excited about that. I know Bart Wilson is signed up for the Masters. Aaron Flores is signed up for the Masters. So that, and I know Casey Carnes is watching. Casey, if you are commenting, are you playing in the Masters? And that would be.
You said C2 or C square? Maybe sign up for.
Yeah, C2. Casey Carnes, 2 Cs. There we go. He wants that course record. He wants to hold the course record. I think that would be so cool.
It's going to be up for grabs.
But Casey, if you're there and playing in the Masters, you want to give a thumbs up in the comments for that, because that would be the last 8 Masters champions in the field.
Wow.
That would be a rock star first foursome.
When is the Masters?
That is the 22nd and 23rd of May.
21st?
That is the.
It's the 21st and 22nd.
21st, 22nd. Yeah, 21st, 22nd.
I would know that because I've just been asked to go to Oklahoma on those dates. So, yes.
Which 21st, we said no.
Which you promptly said no, right?
Definitely didn't say no.
Well, it's such a cool time. It is April the 26th, Tuesday night. This is the 8th episode of the ACGT Tour Report. powered by your boy, Andy Torres, Nothing is OB podcast. Guys, tune into his show on Thursday nights. He talks to some really, really cool people deep down in the golf business, stuff that you don't hear about a lot and is really unique and cool, engaging small communities, charities, minorities in the game of golf. And watch that show, Nothing is OB South Texas podcast with Andy Torres on Thursday nights. Everybody that's watching at home right now, thanks for tuning in. We will sit here and talk as long as you guys listen. And I had so much fun at Cedar this weekend. So many new faces, a great pace of play. And I'm ready to see pictures of winners, Andy, unless you got more fun facts.
No, let's go right into it. But just one thing, like you said, one of fun facts with Trav, 352 unique golfers. That's just crazy. That is just I don't know, Birdie, about the numbers in previous years, and I don't know if you tracked them in previous years, but is that are y'all just are we just blowing away those numbers this season?
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, when I first started coming on tour, the fields were like 58 people. It was like 3 flights of 20, and champ flight, people were getting in at like 8.5. That was my goal. Like, my goal was to play in champ flight, and I remember thinking I just need to get to an 8 handicap. That was the goal.
Yeah, 75s and 78s would win champ flight.
Yeah.
Last year, Andy,
yeah,
to answer your question, we had just a touch over 300 people play in the spring season and just a touch over 250 people. These are unique people. Play in the summer season. So
those numbers just over
500, and we're at 350 with 2 events to go, and we're averaging 30 new players an event, which is awesome. And the really cool part is we're retaining those new golfers, and I'm really excited to talk to our guest tonight. He's got some cool info about his entrance into the tour and what the tour is all about to him. So I'm really excited for our guest tonight.
All right, let's go ahead and get with. I didn't mean to cut you off, Trav. Let's go ahead.
No, you're fine. We'll turn it over to Dustin and the recap with Andy, Dustin, and Jason recapping Cedar Creek modified alternate shot.
All right, guys.
Double points.
All right, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I think the winners are kind of spread out all over the place. DH, I hope you're going to be able to handle that.
Dustin needs to be on point right now. Here we go. This is what everybody's watching for.
I'm asking for some help.
Recap of the winner.
Yes, he's
phone a friend.
Yeah, we'll
there you go.
I'll be here to help. I'm here to help.
Third flight.
Hold on. Why don't we do it just by picture wise?
Oh, you're doing by picture.
Okay, perfect. So absolutely. Okay,
let's see how our chief people person does.
Oh man, I'm trying.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dustin Hassan, ACGT Tour Ambassador, recapping Cedar Creek modified alternate shot.
All right, there we've got Axel, and I hope I don't mispronounce the second name. It's Matthias Munch. They finished first. They finished first place on the net side in third flight. That was a 10 under 62. Axel Munch and Matthias Munch. Great job.
I mean, what a name, Axel.
I think Axel Munch might be my new favorite.
Axel Munch.
Yeah, we were complimenting him at the event.
I love it.
That's gonna be my alias. My alias name.
I know. I love it. They hit. He asked me if they were competing in net or gross on the first tee, and I'm like, it's both. It's always both on tour. And he was so concerned about the net side, and he bombed it down the middle, hit the hill on the right, and it like rolled up to the front fringe on hole number 1 at Cedar there, and they made a net birdie there. So it was an interesting start with that big bomb on hole number 1. Dead downwind though. I mean, that was a 1 o'clock tee time, so that was 40 miles an hour downwind.
All right, DH. So, like I said, you need to bear with me because I think it was kind of hard for me to put the names to the. So you might be, second flight mixed in a little bit, all over the place here.
Okay.
St. Clair.
That is correct.
Yeah. So he was part of the second flight net winners along with Giovanni Ortiz, Michael St. Clair. minus 666. That went into a scorecard playoff, actually, with the team of Joe Workman and Michael Dermanuelian, which was quickly decided on the first playoff hole.
All right, we
Quickly decided.
we will get to them, and we will get to Joe Workman. We're gonna have him on the show here in a little bit to discuss some of his round and discuss some of his the partnership that he had with MD.
Sweet.
Oh, Nick Lewis.
Now
Yep, this is third flight, back to third flight.
Thank you, DH. Thank you for working with me, DH.
And that is Lazaro Gonzalez with him subbed out at the last moment. He had a partner switch. That is Lazaro Gonzalez instead of Kevin.
And they shot plus 1183 for a 2-shot lead over Alex Buentello and David Cruz. So slim margin there, 2 shots. Anything can happen coming down the stretch when you're looking at that. So especially with those closing holes, 17 pin was not in an easy spot, all the way on that left side, guarded behind that trap. So good job there, guys. Your third flight gross winners.
So that was third flight, and that is Nick Lewis there and his partner Lazaro. And then Axel Munch and Matthias Munch won the net side in third flight.
Correct. Now you're looking at our first flight gross winners, Greg Keogh and your very own Ruben Caraveo.
Shout out Alamo City Golf Trail Director of Marketing and San Antonio Golfers Facebook page moderator, Ruben Caraveo.
They had a solid round, +4. They won by 3. They pretty much, they seemed pretty much in control of their game all day. Not a lot of blemishes on the card. Keogh, this is actually his second straight win. He picked up the individual win at Northern 2 weeks ago. So Keogh on a little bit of a roll here, 2 wins in a row.
Let's ask a question, DH, right there. Now you also have 3 wins in a row. What kind of pressure do you think Greg Keogh is feeling there, going back-to-back wins, going into Almost Basin? Is back-to-back? Does that change?
You got to think with the wins. He's. I know we'll reveal the top 10 points later on in the show, but he's got to be making a move. So I'm sure that he's feeling that a little bit, getting the top 3. He can probably taste it. So he wants to perform well at Almas. He doesn't want to really kick himself out of it, give himself a chance going into the final event at BRAC at the end of the year. So I'm sure he's feeling it a little bit. But if I know Keogh, he likes the pressure. He lives for that pressure, so it's not going to affect him too much.
It is tough to keep the pedal down all the time.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Ruben in the winner's circle. So I know this will keep him happy with Travis and at least the ACGT Tour series for a good while, at least.
Well, another fun fact: I believe this is their second victory in a 2-man event this year.
I believe
they won the first 2.
Yes, I agree.
Yep.
Andy, to your point, Andy, it is awesome when Ruben, because he's such a big integral part of the tour on a weekly basis. Ruben and Jason manage the registration page. They manage the website together. The ACGT Tour newsletter comes from the desk of Ruben Caraveo. So Ruben's in it to win it, and it's always nice when he gets a victory cookie provided by our victory cookie sponsor, Laura Lewis, and the Cake Place and more. And let's look at that South Texas Match Play Challenge shirt that Ruben's wearing there.
I was going to say
that's one of my favorites.
That is my favorite shirt.
I love it.
That is my favorite.
The collar
shirt.
on that shirt, you won't find a much better collar out.
I always see DH rock this shirt. I always see DH rock it all over the place.
That collar will cut you.
Right.
It will. It's so rigid.
Sharp.
It's so sharp. It's the best collar of any team shirt we've ever had.
That's
it was
the
amazing.
first year I made the team. I was like, what is going on here?
All right, here we go. Go into the next one. Let's see right here.
Congratulations, Ruben and Greg, there on your team victory. Yep. Andy, were you able to load up their player interview afterwards? Did that make it in?
No, it did not.
Okay, copy that. We'll post that on Facebook after the show.
Grant Candy.
So here we're going to Champ Flight. These are our gross winners. That's right.
Tournament champions.
That's right. Eric Hudipole. Gross champions -3 in Champ Flight. They actually pulled that out in the scorecard playoff over the team of Brian Dishman and Steven Evans. That one went 2 playoff holes.
How many skins?
Great
did Evans
scores. They had 6 good skins.
14 good skins in Champ Flight. You can only have 18.
Definitely a record. 6 birdies. 6 birdies in alternate shot and not win. I mean,
7.
That's amazing.
They had 7. One
got covered. One got covered. Yeah. I mean, that is amazingly great playing. Eric and Grant, congratulations. Brian Dishman and Steven Evans, 2nd place on the butt end of that scorecard playoff.
I mean, I guess Dishman's not hurt anymore, right? I can't use that as an excuse.
I saw a Facebook post from Steven Evans that he has been on the wrong side of every scorecard playoff this season. He has never won one, according to his Facebook.
And that trend continues.
Steven's like on my shit list, so maybe he deserves it.
I think he does. You don't get what you earn. You get what you deserve.
Exactly. It's karma.
Right there.
I have no
our winners, Eric and Grant, -3. Again, great playing in tough conditions, windy conditions at Cedar. Here we've got our net Champ Flight winners here. We've got Blake Smith and Rick Perry, -6 net.
The governor,
clear
Rick
of our
Perry.
2nd place. The governor, Rick Perry. That's correct. Great showing, Champ Flight net winners. Blake Smith, Rick Perry. Good job, guys.
Jason Bird, should we tease this now, or should we wait for a different show to tease that?
I mean, let's just let it simmer.
Okay, copy that. We'll let that go right there.
Let it marinate a little bit.
Let that marinate a little bit, yeah. I suggest you let that marinate.
I like it. Rick Perry, Blake Smith, great dudes. Yep. We've got some information and some cool information coming out of Blake Smith and Rick Perry. They are members up in Kerrville. Is that correct, Jason?
Yes,
at
River Hill
Golf Club.
Love that course.
We're just gonna leave it sit right there, and we'll bring that up in a.
I'm curious now. But we have a good. I'm curious. You got me going, Trav. You got me working.
That is how the tease works, there, folks. That is exactly how it works.
All right, so we're gonna bring Joe Workman on. He's gonna talk just a little bit about his round this weekend, about his partnership with MD and the tour. Hey, Joe, thanks for joining the show, brother.
Agent
Joe
Zero,
Workman.
What's happening?
Joe Workman, good evening, buddy.
So I didn't win, so I had to buy some Laura cookies.
Oh, there we go.
Laura cookies?
Oh, those are left. Those are from Zoe's. Joe's 10-year-old daughter had Laura make cookies for her birthday party.
She made cookies for an event we had this weekend too, and I got a good story about that, but we'll wait till the end.
Yeah, several of the girls wouldn't eat them because they said they were too pretty.
That's the problem. Okay, that's the biggest beef I have with Laura and her cookies is that they look too damn good. You don't want to eat them.
I love the fact that we are complaining about how awesome they are.
It's disgusting how awesome they are.
It is. It's a problem, though.
She should start a show on Netflix called "Is It Cookie?"
Oh, like is it
I
cake?
like it. A podcast dedicated completely to cookies. I mean, I'd watch it. Yeah.
Fans of the Is It Cake?
Is it a cookie?
All right, Joe. You've been a part of the ACGT for a good while here. What is it that keeps bringing you back each and every event?
Just the guys. I mean, I got started in it with my brother, brought me out there, and I played. Oh, I don't even remember where we played, but I launched a terrible score, but had just a great time. And so guys out there that are scratch golfers, they don't, some of them might look down their nose at your score, but, at the end of the day, you sit back and you laugh at who won, who lost, and who couldn't get out of the bunker in 5 shots. And it's a good time.
Well, and you laugh right back at them because you're, 89 net 68 paid the same gift card and paid the same prizes as their 64.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the tour is you set it, you get a handicap, and that allows you to compete. And so within your flight, it's pretty close as far as how good the guys are. And then when you get in those other events where you got to play somebody that's got a 1 or a 2, and you're sitting here at 34, and you get 2 pops a hole, all of a sudden the pressure's not on me. Pressure's on you.
That's right.
Now a lot of people feel sometimes that those 2 pops might give somebody maybe too much advantage. Do y'all think as ambassadors, and you, Joe, as being a regular on the tour, that does it just level the playing field, or does it give you like too much of an advantage?
2 pops maybe, but you don't see that often. But what you also don't see is that guy that's given up 2 pops, it probably hasn't duffed one 2 yards in 2 years, whereas I do it every range session. So you got that coming.
Yes, official statement: the 2 strokes or any handicap stroke is not designed to win; it's designed to tie. It's always designed to tie.
Oh, it's even worse.
Where does the 18 handicap need the stroke to tie the scratch handicap? Right, designed to tie, not designed to win, designed to tie.
So
right.
Joe, I need to hear from you. This is a safe space. No one's listening. Tell me, did you carry MD, or did you carry him long and hard at Cedar?
No, I did my job about as good as I could do my job. My job was to tee off first and have one out there playable. And I did.
Were they playable?
I did that 16 out of the 18 tee shots.
Oh. Woo! Shout out!
Phenomenal. That's great.
That is fantastic.
I need this fact check. So I got MD here who's gonna fact check this
MD?
for us.
Let's bring him on.
Hey,
What's up, gentlemen?
MD, can you confirm?
MD, welcome to the show.
Joe Workman hit 16 fairways. Can you confirm this?
I thought it was 18.
Ooh, MD, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Everybody just tuning in. This is the 8th edition of the ACGT Tour podcast. We've got MD and Joe Workman. They were partners at the Cedar Creek Spring event number 8. They are second place gross finishers. Second place net. Second place net in second flight scorecard playoff. And I walked through your scorecard with Dustin today, hole by hole, and we really couldn't see too much of a blemish after the first
Number
hole.
one.
Yes, where else could you guys have picked up a shot here to get over St. Clair and Ortiz there?
Okay, so
he knows.
Yeah, so it's a par 3. MD hits a great shot onto the green. I think, is that 17?
It's 17, yeah.
17. So we've got about, 15, 17 feet uphill, great position. And I leave him a 12-footer coming back.
Aggressive.
Now, to be fair, though, I don't think we looked at Golf Genius after hole 7 or 8. And at that point, we were trying so many fun shots just to see what would happen. I think it was 16. I left him a putt where his ass was like facing the cup, and he was going to bring it all the way back around. And we were just having fun at that point. And then until you get to 18 and Travis is like, how'd it go? And we go look and we're like, oh, we should have really tried harder.
Yeah, I saw your Facebook post was surprised by the outcome.
Yeah, and then of course number 1, Mike pipes it down there, and we're not 30 yards away, and I chip it 4. So that didn't do us any good.
There's the one shot, folks. There it is. Everyone wondering, there is the one.
You gotta keep padding that handicap. It's
but
maintenance.
I'll tell you what though. My takeaway from this round, I have a new mantra now, which is rather than after a bad shot, and I would go like, God damn it, Michael, what are you doing? Thanks to Joe Workman, it's now that is third flight great. Like I had
Somebody write that down right now. Somebody write that down. That has got to go on a t-shirt. That has got to go on a t-shirt. Third flight great.
That's third flight great.
I say that. I said that's a good shot. He goes, well, no, I wanted this. I was like,
Is that a diss? Is that a diss?
No. It's a compliment.
No.
It's a compliment. Third flighters are people too, and they are playing for the same points and the same prize money,
same gift card,
same point distribution, and you know what? The tour is filterless. That is half of the glory of the tour. Is we tell it like it is, and third flyers are third flyers because they're third flyers. You know, the data doesn't lie, and that is third flight great. I love it. I'm going to say that all the time.
I'm going to say that when in champ play, when someone like
it's a bad shot. It works both ways. It works both ways. You hit like a bad shot in champ flight, that's third flight great. It works both ways. It's a twofer.
Oh, man.
So let's go back to the Kehoe video footage from last week.
Oh, I might have that. Good. I might have that. Hold on. I know
right on cue.
I know what you refer to. Let's see here. Oh, no, I don't have it anymore. It's gone.
It's gone. Well, fail. MD, as long as we got you on here, surprise guest. You drive down every week from Austin.
That's true.
North Austin,
Round Rock, Georgetown, way up there. Up in the Greg Kehoe neck of the woods and the Brad Huey neck of the woods. Tell us why the tour. Tell us why the drive, why the time. Austin to Mission Del Lago is forever.
Yeah, so I went back and I was looking at I wanted to look up an email from you, and I went back. I typed in Travis into my Gmail, and I have an email from 2014.
Oh,
and so I think I really got serious about the tour after I got out of working retail in like 2017, and I committed like I'm playing everything. But I had played on and off in 2014, 15, 16, and it's one of those things like when I started committing to it all, and I was living in town at the time, and I was hooked on it. I think like my first like big thing was like the Harvey Pennant Cup. I played with Bird and Jason Cross one day. Like that's when Bird latched on to me and never let go. And like 5 years, 3 different phone numbers, a lot of blocked phone calls.
Ooh.
And I can't.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold on,
like
sir.
it.
Sir.
Like
Sir. It's
like
only
it.
2 phone numbers.
I like it.
I mean, we're not.
And that's grown. Oh, there we go. That's a 2 thumbs up from Jason Bird. I love it.
A 2 thumbs up and a full junk. That's what it is. A 2 thumbs up and a full junk.
How did the pairing now? Because this isn't the first time you've played with Joe this year. How did the pairing come out? How did a bubble first champ flight golfer pair up with a third flight golfer? How did that come about? Tell us about how that started. And you had success.
So Kevin Keeney and I were planning on playing together for the entire season. He had some issues come up that he wasn't going to be able to play. And so I'm trying, to be honest, I like playing with some different people, and especially guys that like to go out and have fun on the golf course. That's something I'm trying to get better at, is just relaxing and having some, taking myself less seriously out there.
You did tell me you were team have a good time.
That's where we were at. Like, I was just like, let's just go have a good time. And so when Kevin couldn't play, I threw it out there to the tour page. I was like, hey, anyone need a partner? And Joey W shoots me a quick message. He's like, we doing this? I'm like,
that is Facebook.com/ACGT tour. Use that message board. Message us if you're singles for tour events. We can pair you up. We've had some success. We've paired groups up into the winner's circle at almost every tournament this year.
Yeah, I believe my post was, hey, if you want to drop down a couple flights and do all the heavy lifting, I'm your guy.
but the big selling point was I now play from senior teams. This is my debut from senior teams.
That caught your eye.
I mean, that's a tantalizing offer, Joe Workman. I need a win.
He's a machine off the tee. Like, if I'm going to put him on the senior
I have a question. Joe Workman, if there was a fictitious partner event coming up and Jason Bird asks you to play with him, would you break up with MD?
Well,
Yeah, he's
This is taking a
hesitating.
lot longer.
It's
than
like
I
the
thought.
Bachelor.
Time.
I need a
yeah,
rose,
this
Joe.
is-
Give me your
I
rose.
wouldn't break up with MD, but I think MD is still back to the Keeney as soon as Keeney comes back. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
I love alternate shot. Alternate shot is still ruining friendships on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Hey, MD and I had a great time, but I've got a list of the number of times that I put him in the woods, up against a tree,
hey,
in a hazard.
I got. And how many times did I get up and down? You let me
Every time.
experience Cedar in ways I had never experienced, and we still made par.
He,
Yes,
Bird-
that officially happened. Greg
Absolutely.
Keogh. Bird did try to
With
headhunt
no
a partner.
No
Yeah.
shame. No shame.
hey,
It's a
Hey, Mike,
filterless.
Bird's trying to
ACGT Tour
cash in on a
filterless.
gift card.
But is Bird on the list though? That's what I want to know. Is Bird on the list?
oh, I'll play with anybody.
That's not saying much, Birdie.
I know. Yeah.
That softens it. Thank you.
I know.
But yeah,
Just
when
anybody.
the last event, Mike learned that he needs to get my tap-in location is like within 18 inches. So a couple of times he knew he had to get close.
So
and
you're
he
the
got close.
opposite of Mr. Kokia. I mean, I've always heard he likes his putts at 5 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's,
Joe's sitting there saying the tap-ins. I'll tell you the exact reason why we were even in contention is because despite Joe putting me in some awkward shots and me making some recoveries, they weren't tap-ins. You had several putts from 12 to 15 feet that were not gimme putts that you lined up and good reads and you sent them home to get us up and down. So
Tour
by
response
no
with the
stretch.
green stripe.
Tour response.
That
with the
ball
green
looks
stripe.
like baby diarrhea
It-
in mid-fly.
that ball is
awful.
not an attractive golf ball, but it appeared effective. And you know what? That's an interesting point to point out
Ooh,
from an
wow.
alternate shot tournament is that you have to play the same ball.
You don't have to.
Well, with the ball that is hit off the tee is the ball that's got to be whole.
Right.
So
So
I
the
had
two of
texted
you
Joe.
are playing the same ball.
So
Yeah.
every time I play with somebody better, it's what ball do you like, and I'll go buy some.
Like I wanted to try the ball out because I thought Joe would have an easier time hitting it too. I thought like from an alignment perspective to help putt, and no, it's nothing wrong. I thought from an alignment perspective it helped me, and then just
The
from a
depth
sense of the ball
And
he
the
was playing.
thoroughness of the second flight pairing of
And
Michael
you know
Dermanueli
what?
and Joe Workman is blowing me away now.
Man, I know it's like
They have
they
golf
thought
ball
of,
testing.
they thought
Yeah.
of things that I just really like. You think of like damn,
Joe
like,
shot up to Austin for a little launch monitor
I wa-
session so they could get some numbers, see what ball worked best for them.
He
Joe
got
Workman
that.
was sending
He
that
got
ball.
that launch monitor for rent for a birthday party.
Yeah, you put that up for rent.
Okay, I got you guys both. We're gonna go on top middle. Joe Workman, favorite tour moment of this year, and favorite tour moment of all time. You've been playing for years. I know that's a difficult question. This year and all time.
I think my favorite moment this year was Monster Day. I sunk a 75-foot birdie putt.
Now that's
It was
Monster
amazing.
Day. That's Monster Day at Mission Del Lago. Monster Day kicks off the tour season every year in January. It's normally the first Sunday in January. This year it was the second. And what hole? 70-foot putt, Monster Day.
Oh, it's the 10, 11?
11, the par 5.
Par 5.
No, it was on the par 3. It was
So 12. 12. Flag was,
Oh, 12. Yeah.
yeah, the flag was in the middle front there.
no, the flag was back right.
All the way back right.
Back right. Probably
Front
that
left.
back right. Yeah.
Yeah, we hit way in the front left, and it was just a big.
I love
Scoreboard.
Monster Day. What a fun way to kick off the year. Just something you can't do anywhere else except Mission Del Lago. Favorite tournament. Favorite tour moment of all time. I got a guess. I know what it is.
I mean, if I had to narrow it to one, it's facing my brother in the match play when he made the team for Haga.
So that was
And-
2016.
Yeah, I think so.
2016 at Cedar Creek. ACGT Tour versus Houston Amateur Golf Association. Evan
Wait.
Workman.
Has Joe played on a team with Evan and against him?
Not on a team. Evan's
Oh,
never
okay,
made the
okay.
There we go. That's the
Okay.
picture that I was thinking you were bringing up
yeah.
right there. That is
Yeah.
Cedar Creek. That is 2016, and I'm not gonna lie, we slaughtered in that tournament. We won
that
big.
year.
We won big.
That year, Evan almost made the ACGT team, but made the Haga team. He was traveling back and forth, playing both.
He almost made both teams.
Oh,
It
What
was
are you doing?
it
that?
was
How
close.
cool.
It was close.
That's
I
cool.
remember doing a Facebook Live at Almost Basin, where he announced that he had made the other team. Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I know Joe wanted it bad. And did you get it in the playoffs that year? Did you qualify in the playoffs that year?
Yeah.
All right.
So that- I mean, that-
I was
talk about-
about to put that, Bernie.
Oh, look at that! There we go. Thank you for watching, Evan. Evan Workman. Hello, buddy. Thank you for watching. Where is he at now? Where is he watching from?
Scottsdale, Arizona area.
Scottsdale, Arizona. ACGT Tour, reaching to Scottsdale.
Hmm.
Let's all go play
Yeah,
golf
so
in
then
Scottsdale.
The second time I made the team, he caddied for me.
Oh, that's a good bro. That's a good bro right there, man. That's a good
And-
brother.
And so you've made the team at Cedar Creek here, and then once in Houston. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't ask my record.
What's
It's
your
okay.
record?
We won't. You
What's
made
your
the team.
record? I want to know it.
Yeah, over.
Golf Paradise is here. We're ready. We're ready for that invite, Evan.
My favorite Joe Workman moment, and I'm gonna bring it up because I got both of them on the camera at the same time. This is. There's only two of them in ACGT Tour history, and however many tournament rounds we've played, 10 years times 2,500 rounds a year. There have been 2 hole-in-ones with a handicap stroke, so a net zero. There are 2 net zeros, and it is Joe Workman and Dustin Hassan on hole number 5 at
Agent
San
Zero.
Pedro.
Agent Zero.
I witnessed Dustin.
Agent Zero. Bird was
That was-
playing with me. That's right. Bird said that went in the hole. I said, no, it didn't. He said, dude, I got a different view from up here. I can see.
It was the same thing that he said to Aiken.
It's the same thing I said to Aiken.
No,
Both you
same.
fools-
Oh, yeah.
you-
Well,
both your fools are like,
Bird
nah,
witnessed
it's
a lot of
behind the
hole-in-ones.
hole. It's behind the hole. I'm like, well, I saw it go in the hole, so.
Here's my Travis fun fact.
Oh, there you go.
This 23 handicap has as many hole-in-ones as this 5 and Aiken 2. So I have 2, they both have 2, and they're 20 points better than me in the handicap situation.
I have 0.
That is
You
true.
have
But we do
0?
have a bet now for that.
That's
I don't have any.
There we go. We'll give you a thumbs
Yeah!
up.
I love that. You know what I ordered? I ordered a 10-foot by 10-foot green screen this week, so we can start doing some cool pop-up shots like that. That'd be great. I love that. That's awesome, Andy. Thanks for giving me that idea.
And Travis has heard this story of Andy, but both of my hole-in-ones came exactly 1 year apart, and they were both on my mother's birthday, July 20th.
And
Both
they
in
were the
tournament.
same hole. It was
No.
the same hole.
No.
No,
The
different
second-
holes.
The second one was in the Shamble on
Yeah.
15 at Brackenridge.
A brat. There was 1 year.
In the Shamble.
So are you always expecting some good things to happen? You have to play golf every July 23rd. You have to, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the next year, to make it 3 in a row, I went over here to the Lotus Par 3. It didn't happen.
Oh, they're in Oak Valley. Oak Valley.
How is Oak Valley doing? I haven't been there in forever.
Man, the greens are looking good
It's-
there. Greens
They
are good.
take it for what they do.
They
real
do.
good.
They do. That's a sneaky good course. I like it.
I have no comment.
He cannot comment as Travis Salkowski or the ACGT Tour.
No,
Series.
I have no comment. I've been there a bunch. Do you want to know super fun fact? As long as we're getting deep
Super
at
fun fact.
the 49th minute of
Super
episode 8.
fun.
Joe Workman is the ACGT Tour golfer that headhunted me and hired me away from the trail to switch careers.
No, boo.
Oh, he's off.
Yep.
He's off.
Yes, I have a full-time Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and I work with Joe Workman, same company. We don't work together any longer, but he's on a different side of town than I'm on. But yeah, not too many people know that it was a golf lesson around Christmas time, 2017, and
It was a putter fitting.
it was a putter fitting in the covered hitting area at San Pedro, and we got to talking about a potential career change, and 3 or 4 months later, I completely upended my entire golf career. Went on my own with the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour. Left golf operations as a PGA professional and stayed as a tournament operator, and took a Monday through Friday 8 to 5, which I've never had in my entire life, and it was a good decision. It's worked well, and here we are. The tour is growing and the tour is succeeding, and Joe Workman is still playing on the tour and still taking putter fittings under the covered hitting area at San Pedro. MD, same question for you. Favorite tour moment of this year, favorite tour moment of all time, and what is the biggest thing you're looking forward to on tour this year?
So I think best moment was winning Riverside. There's a picture that exists, and it would be one of those pictures taken minutes before disaster, where I had played Riverside. I think it was like 2019. I was in there leading and way ahead of everyone. You decided to get a picture of me.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about this. This is your favorite tour moment? This is your favorite tour moment. Perfect. That's perfect. This is where are we at? We're at Riverside.
We're at Riverside.
This is a couple years ago.
Ruben's in the background, who I just beat, and he's all upset. And we're like, "This is over." And we're sitting in the club in the pro shop, and nothing's going on.
And I take a picture, and I Facebook post MD.
Like, you announced me winning long before it was done. And then
perfect.
Renee Rialme just goes birdie, birdie, birdie.
Birdie finish to scorecard playoff, and then to win the scorecard playoff. That of all the shit that we've done for 10 years, that's your favorite tour moment. That's one of my very few public mistakes.
That's my redemption of it. My favorite tour moment of all time comes at match play at Mission in like 2017, I think. 2017, 2018. I get off a flight. It's Friday. It's a Friday.
This is great.
I take a flight from Orlando, leaving a convention. I have to surrender my first match, so I'm already I'm screwed. And so I get there. I'm ready to go play. I get like 30 minutes of practice. Mike Freeman walks in, who had just taken a beating by a faking injury Aiken, and proceeds to walk in, and he's hot. Like, he's unhappy. And all he does is look at Travis, and he goes, "Who I got next?" And I know at this point, I just kind of knew Freeman casually. He didn't really know me. And he just, Travis goes, "Oh, you're playing MD." He walks over to me, very politely says, "I'm hot right now." And he walks off. And then he proceeds to take me out to the course and wreck my shit.
Okay, I'm going to add some context here. This is a great story. MD, 100% accurate. Landed on a plane, forfeited his opening match to be in the tournament, right? Double elimination match play tournament. Forfeits his first match to go into the consolation bracket, where he could then run the table from there, right? Good strategy. Yep. I love it. The kid did it a couple years ago against Alan Crowder. That's another great story.
No way.
Very comparable games between me and Kyle.
And congratulations to Kyle. He is going to state. He's the only freshman going.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Kyle Doolittle. Takes golf lessons up in New Braunfels with David Ogren, going to state this year. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, back to MD's story, match play at Mission. That first round match, Michael Freeman versus Jonathan Aiken. Jonathan Aiken was in Michael Freeman's kitchen making breakfast all day. It was awesome. It was text messages, "I might not make it. I might not show up. I'm injured. I got sunburn." I was everything. The only thing I remember, and that's hilarious. He had a pulled muscle on his left leg. He's wearing shorts and
It's a
riding.
calf sleeve.
It's a calf sleeve. It is
Yeah,
a
calf,
God.
confirmed
Yes.
calf sleeve.
And he's in the passenger side of the golf cart, right? He's in the passenger side of the golf cart. Michael Freeman's driving. And on the back nine, Jonathan Aiken switches legs with the calf sleeve because he's getting sunburn on his right leg from sitting on the right side of the cart.
Damn, the old
And
switcheroo.
Oh my gosh! And
And the
Michael
limp
Freeman
disappeared.
was way up in that match, I think, and Jonathan came back and Jonathan won, and Michael Freeman was hopping mad. He was Kermit the Frog. He was hopping mad.
It was like Jordan going off in the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness! And he comes storming into the clubhouse, and I'm hanging out with MD in there. Nobody's done yet. It's the
I'm just
first
happy
group.
to be there.
The first group of champ flights off, and Michael comes in. He's like, "Who do I got next?" And MD's right there. MD's like, and Michael was like, "I'm sorry, this isn't gonna go well for you," and walks out the room. I mean, it was amazing. And correct me if I'm wrong, MD, but it did not go well for you.
I quickly drove back up to Austin as I it was
in and out, right? In and out.
like I was having lunch with my wife on Friday morning. It was
I want to apologize publicly. That is one of the very few public mistakes I made in Riverside story. I have not done that since. I learned failure is the greatest teacher, and
I should be the face of that failure.
That is
You're the poster child.
I am the poster child for failure.
Oh man. Favorite thing you're looking forward to? What are you looking forward to upcoming ACGT Tour season?
Dude, I'm looking forward to Tour Travels, man.
ACGT Tour Travels coming up 32 days.
I put in a couple hours of work for them today.
MD is going on the trip this year. 24 people going to Whistling Straits and Black Wolf Run in Kohler, Wisconsin. 32 days from now, the weekend after the Brackenridge Park Masters. MD was there last year. He got beat up by the golf courses enough to want to come back and try again, just like the rest of us did. I still feel great about my 91.
Glutton for punishment.
Like I'm just
hopefully the fescue's cut down this year. I mean, no Ryder Cup this year. You think they got the queue down? Think the sheep are back out?
I'll help you go look for your golf balls in there. I'm going to be in the middle of the fairways. So I don't know what you're.
I'm chance I'll be. There's no chance I'll be in the middle of the fairway. I'm definitely hitting a sheep for sure.
I told Greg Graff this on the tee box on Sunday. I'm like, if I can take anything away from this trip, I just want to beat Dustin Hassan at the Baths.
Ooh.
Like I'm.
Whoa!
Shots fired, DH.
You know what? I know this is the Hassan happy hour where people don't come at you. Well, welcome to Tour Travels because I'm coming for you.
Come at me, bro.
I don't know. DH might be there. There you go. DH is
there. I thought he was frozen, just really like.
I thought he was like, man.
I thought he was super mad. I thought he was really mad. He's out. You made him mad, and you.
There's just so much matches happening right now. Like the comments are full of people challenging people, and now MD's taking on DH.
And there appears to be an ambassador spot open with DH abandoning us. Okay, I got one more question.
I'm feeling the heat right now,
back over to Andy.
I'm feeling the heat.
I got a question for Joey W. Joe Workman. What would you say to higher handicaps looking to dip their toes in tournament golf? What advice would you give them?
I mean, just come out and do it. I mean, it's like I said, you get to play against guys that are closer to your level. Without being flippant. I mean, if you can do the Alan McFarland and play Cedar Creek twice so that you get a really big handicap to start with, but it all comes down. It all comes down to you. So.
It all averages out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alan,
task force runs on stats and numbers.
All right, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I enjoy about it.
Sure.
Is the way it's set up is I don't have to play Casey Carnes, mano a mano every week. Thank God. I get to play guys that, some of them pull up and smell like a brewery, and I'm very comfortable in that environment.
There he is.
Not,
I mean,
not
that
the
is
guy that
awesome.
was in the gym the morning before the round, but the guy that was, in the gym the night before.
What if they smell like the gym and they're drinking gin?
That's a bonus.
That is.
There you go.
That's a double eagle.
Sounds
That's
like a
double
party.
eagle. Hey,
Sounds
Travis,
like a party.
Travis, I got a question. I don't want to interrupt you. I know you have one more question, but MD, what do you think about the job that Travis and the ambassadors have done with this tour?
I mean, the tour is. I mean, there is a reason why I make this drive. I consider Travis like a big brother to me. I think of the ambassadors do an amazing job on a daily, weekly, month. Those guys just all crush it. Those guys care about the people there. Those guys come out every week, show up. And again, for as many new people as there are out on tour right now, I mean, they're getting these guys at their best. And it's, you can't do better than what they're doing right now. I know there's new things and more things to come and more things changing, but it's peak. We're peak right now. The guys are just amazing.
Thank you, buddy. You were brother to me as well. Thank you so much.
Joe, all right. My last question for you, Joe. Do you think this is the Hassan happy hour?
Well,
it just seems like his coronation every
Not
week.
today.
I did make a joke before the round that I've officially submitted my paperwork to change my first name to Dustin so I can win.
You're doing great.
That's good for second. Great. That's good for second net.
Doing okay.
Minimum.
Doing okay. Yeah.
Doing okay.
Jason, are you able to get that video in there quick on the spot like that?
No.
No. Okay. Negative. Okay. Copy that.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much, guys. Unless any of y'all got anything else for Joe and MD.
Dustin, Jason, you got anything for MD
No.
and Joe?
Thanks
Congratulations
for
on your gift card.
Great job. Congrats. That's right. ACGT, always good to see you. MD, looking great. Love the tour hat.
We'll see you guys at Almost in a couple weeks. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Right.
Joe Workman, Mike Dermanuelian,
for having us.
second place net at Cedar Creek this past weekend, modified alternate shot. Congratulations, guys. We'll see you teeing it up in a couple weeks at Almost Basin Double Point Stroke Event, May the 7th.
It's not even a real cookie, Joe. You bought that cookie.
It tastes different.
Bye, Joe. Bye, MD. Thanks for being on. Guys, for those of you just
Later,
tuning
guys.
in, this is episode 8 of the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour Report, hosted by Andy Torres and NothingisOB podcast. I think it is officially time for the segment that everybody's waiting for, the new top 10, the point standings following double points at Cedar Creek, going into the final 2 events of the spring season, and we are getting down to the nitty gritty here. Top 3 automatically qualify for the 2022 South Texas Match Play Challenge at Almost Basin. And the top 50 come to the fall playoffs that start this October. So we are wrapping up the spring season. Here we go. We've got big.
Hold on, Travis. Before we get into that real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if we could just take just a quick word for our sponsors right here. A quick word for our sponsors. We got Goosehead Insurance. Thanks to Sean to Sexton Agency for all their support. They're the presenting sponsor for the 2022 ACGT Tour Series. And for Rick Hoinsey at Elevated Logistics, same-day delivery leaders in Texas. Rick put it out here on the podcast. If you need something delivered in one day, they guarantee it. He puts a stamp on it. They will get it done. Thanks to those 2 guys and their companies for all they do for the ACGT Tour and the ACGT Tour Series Match Play, South Texas Match Play Challenge teams.
Shout out for sure. Yeah, Andy, anytime you want to cut me off to shout out the sponsors, you go right ahead and do that, okay?
You got it, man.
Yeah, we wouldn't be where we are without Sean Sexton, Goosehead Insurance, Rick Hoinsey, the ACGT Tours, a logistical sponsor, and of course, Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and more this year are our big 3 sponsors. Thank you guys for what you do and bring to the tour week in and week out. We could not do it without you guys as sponsors. We could not do it without the ambassadors. Thank you guys for all you do.
All right. What everybody wants to see right here is the top 10.
Boom. Here we go. The top 10
Without
following
further ado.
Cedar Creek. Here we go. Let's get back to the Dustin Hassan Power Hour Love Fest. Dustin Hassan breaks the winning streak. That did not come up on the show. Dustin Hassan not getting a victory cookie this year.
I try to avoid talking about him.
Correct.
But staying in first place. Dustin Weldon, a good finish. That is a third place gross finish for Dustin Weldon. Stays in second. And Willie Nichols, that's a third place net finish for Willie Nichols, staying in third. 1, 2, and 3 stay the same. That's rare. That's interesting. Actually, 4 of the top 5 stayed the same. Jonathan Aiken, hole-in-one boy himself, moves up 3 spots to number 4, just on the outside looking in of that automatic spot for the South Texas Match Play Challenge. Scott Williams, Sam Braswell, and Renee Rialme, 5, 6, and 7. Scotty Williams staying number 5. Sam Braswell moving up 3 with his second place gross win. Renee Rialme down 3 spots for not playing. That's what happens when you don't play. You fall every time. Greg Keogh, back-to-back wins and 3 this spring season. He's our biggest mover in the top 10, up 8 spots into T8 with Sean Vidal, Ambassador Sean Vidal. And Jeff Konzemius rounds out the top 10, falling 4 spots. And we only have 1 player falling out of the top 10. That is VJ Kirky, also not present at Cedar.
And I mean, look how close that is from 4 to 10. You're talking 40 points from number 4
with 2 double
to
points
number 10.
events, I mean, everyone's still
I mean,
alive.
that's right. That's
I really wanted to come out tonight and give the statistics for Dustin's shot on the team going down, and I got it. Do you want to know what they are, Dustin, or do you not want to know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, throw it out there.
It is Dustin Hassan in first place in the point standings. He's been there for several weeks. Dustin Hassan needs to go 5th place net to qualify for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team. That is the absolute floor. Now, of course, there are other outcomes, but that is the guaranteed floor for your participation on the 2022 South Texas Match Play Challenge team at Almost Basin this fall. Tell us your thoughts. The only person in the tour season with a target on their back. Just coincidence that you're wearing red tonight. Great ACGT tour shirt. But what's it feel like to be the guy at the top going into the final 2 double points events?
It feels pretty good. I mean, I've been in top 3 going into the final couple events before. I've never been in number 1. So this is a little bit different, but I'm gonna try to approach it the same. My game, I feel like I'm playing well. I am not worried at all, Keogh. And I'm just gonna go out there and what happens.
Now
Try not to put too much pressure on.
Now, Dustin, let's say you take care of business right here. Now, does this mean you kind of cruise it in the summer session?
Well, I mean, you can definitely, there's definitely a lot less pressure in that summer season, especially in the playoffs. You can kind of, work on some things. You don't have to really worry too much about where you're finishing, So it definitely relieves a lot of pressure. I won't say you're on cruise control completely, but I mean, really, you've got the job done so far in the spring. You don't want to kind of disconnect too much. You still want to stay engaged, keep the game, sharp. But yeah, I mean, the pressure is definitely let off for the most part.
Well, and to be completely honest, from my perspective as the captain of the South Texas Match Play Challenge team, I don't want you qualifying in the spring and then taking the summer off. I want you guys.
That's right.
The summer's when he just tries out his new clubs, a new swing, maybe tries out a new putter, test the little thing.
Keep the tournament keep the tournament golf flowing, because there's golf and there's tournament golf, and they are very different.
That's right.
Well, Travis, you want to know stats from Golf Genius on the alt shot?
Let's go into Stats with Bird from Cedar Creek Alternate Shot,
That
ACGT
boy.
Tour event number 8, double points
So-
on the spring season.
So, you know, it's curious because Tour Ambassador Greg Graff asked in the Ambassador chat what we thought the hardest hole on trail was. Remember that?
Yes, 100%. I said hole number 2 at Willow was
A
my.
lot of people said hole number 2 at Willow, right? So I opened up golf. I opened up Golf Genius and I filtered it out by black tees and blue tees and put in all the tour events that were at Cedar. And of course, not to my surprise, number 12 or the old number 3 at Cedar was the hardest hole in Golf Genius.
Which was the number 1 handicap hole when that was the front 9, and now it is the number 2 handicap hole. Now that it's
Correct. Well, in the alternate shot event, it was only 7th hardest.
Oh, it played easier in alternate shots. Select drive, maybe?
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think the full field hardest hole on Cedar Creek was for alt shot?
Full field, hardest hole, alt shot, Cedar Creek. In relation to par.
In relation to par, correct.
I get them confused now that you know they're back to the original.
Number 17.
I was gonna say 5. Excuse me.
Four's number 2.
Oh wow.
The par 5?
The par
No, the par
5.
Yeah.
It's the par 5. It's the par 5.
the par
Played
five.
1.2. Played 1.21 over par.
What
for the whole
about
field.
number 5, the first par 3 on the back 9? That was
Yeah.
192
Yeah.
to a left flag.
Into the wind. Into the wind.
Number 5 played as the 12th hardest hole.
Interesting. What about number 17? Where was I on that one?
17, the par 3.
Yep.
That is number 8 hardest.
At least I cracked the top 10 with that guess. All right, Bird, the suspense is killing me. Let's roll through the comments, Andy. What do we got from guesses in the comments?
Nobody has guessed it yet. Nobody has guessed
Oh,
it
Bird's
yet.
monitoring the comments as well. Okay.
Yep. 2, 13. We said 17, 13.
It is none of those. It is number 15. The dog leg right down the hill.
Wow, that
Back
That's
right
number 6?
10.
Old number 6?
The old hole number 6.
there you
Correct.
go. That's what
Really? Isn't that
confuses
like
me right
5 iron, 8 iron?
That's surprising. That's
Played
surprising.
1.4 over par.
there. Birdie, what'd y'all get on that one, Birdie?
I think we made a 4.
Yeah, we made par.
That's a
Yeah.
tough hole. That's a tough hole. A little long. If you go too long,
The
you
winners-
go
Even
the
that
winners
back
of
right where it
championship
was,
play.
too, you know, it makes it a little bit more.
I mean, if we just filter out and
Eric
go
and
to-
Grant birdied that hole on the top of the leaderboard for champ flight, and so did Blake and Rick Perry.
if we
Both
just
champ
take
flight winners.
we just take second and third flight, their hardest hole was 14, the par 5 before it.
So that back stretch, that back corner around Cedar Creek there played the toughest.
No, it looks like overall the hardest 3 holes. The hardest 3 holes were 13, 14, and 15.
Well, Sando says that he'll say it. We made triple.
That is the Cedar Creek Amen corner, 13, 14, and 15, wrapping around that creek bed there.
And if you want to look at champ
I
flight,
love
the
that. The
hardest
Cedar Creek
hole.
Amen corner. I love
Put
that.
that on a hat, Travis. On a hat, right there.
What was the one earlier that was going on a T-shirt? Third
That's
flight.
third
That's
flight
third flight. Great.
That's
Third flight, great.
Great.
Call Chels right now.
I'll tell you what. That is a limited edition run coming up. ACGT Tour, third flight. Great. I love it.
I think it's funny how I thought this was absolutely just nuts to me. So if you filter it by second and third flight, their hardest hole was the par 5 14th, the old number 5.
Okay.
If you just filter it by champ flight, it was champ flight's easiest hole.
I can see that.
So I'm so glad you brought this up. So what is that? I'm sorry, what is that now? Old number 5 is number 14? 14.
Yes,
okay.
14.
So by definition, that would be the number 1 handicap hole for this event.
Yeah.
The greatest difference between the highest flight and the lowest flight. Where does the 18 handicap most need the stroke to tie? And if we look on the Cedar Creek scorecard, hole number 15 is the number 16 handicap hole on the scorecard at Cedar Creek. So
there's 14.
I'm sorry, 14 is 14. 14 is 14. I'm sorry. Thank you for taking. I still don't have the holes at Cedar Creek memorized with the flip.
I don't. I'm confused. I'm confused because wasn't initially the number 1 again? Wasn't it really number 1 when it first
Yes.
First?
The trail flipped it. The trail flipped it down below,
and then they flipped it back. So
yes, it flows. It flows better starting, but it's difficult in the middle for me. I don't like the one group that comes up the hill to get lunch, and that's a tough transition for me. I prefer it the other way. I think the tee shot down at the bottom of the hill is a much easier first tee shot than the tee shot from the top of the hill. So, hold on, I'm reading that comment. That's a long comment.
Right here, I'll read it right here. Jonathan Aiken right here. I know why Championship Flight knows when to lay up. 18 handicappers think they have to go for par 5s and 2 every time and hit the Hail Mary shot. It's something you learn as your handicap goes down. Sometimes laying up is the right answer. And somebody said this earlier on. And
did anyone not go for that hole in 2?
Well, see, somebody said this earlier on. I hate the phrase I took my medicine. That's one of the phrases I hate the most in golf. I hate medicine. Medicine freaking sucks.
All right.
I have, of course, I have so many comments on that. Yes, the maturity, managing the next shot from a scratch golfer to an 18 golfer is an astronomically large bell curve, right? When I play golf and I'm trying to execute shots, I'm 2 or 3 shots down. I'm hitting this shot, but I'm already planning 2 shots down and 2 putting for par, So Jonathan is not wrong. Knowing when to lay up and keep the ball in front of you. I don't know if there's a lot of third flight teams that are playing alternate shot and going for that par 5 and 2. I don't know. And it's a very large, generous area. But it's my point, why I wanted to point it out so much is it's a common misperception that the number 1 handicap hole on a scorecard is the hardest hole at that golf course. And that is an inaccurate statement. It is where the 18 handicap most needs the stroke to tie the champ flight golfer. And in our event at Cedar Creek, it was hole number 14, which is the 14 handicap hole on the scorecard. So it has nothing to do with this hole's just hard, so it's the number 1 handicap hole. I agree, Jonathan. I wasn't calling you out for anything. You were spitting facts, and that's okay. It's ACGT Tour, unfiltered. It's all right. So I just wanted to point that out. That's great info on the stats there, Bird. I'd like to point that out in the future. Where's the biggest dispersion? And this conversation always leads back to Northern Hills number 17.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my PGA professional opinion, hole number 17 at Northern Hills should be the number 1 handicap. Because
every scratch golfer is making birdie, and then every bogey golfer is making par.
Yes. So it always works out as the biggest. It's so easy for the scratch golfer, but it's so average for the 18 handicapper that the spread gets bigger because it's such an easy hole. So the handicapper needs the stroke more, so it should be a lower handicap. I'm glad we got to talk about this. That's a difficult concept, and I'm glad we got to talk about that.
I think it's tough, but I also think what it goes to is what that player that maybe could potentially be going for that green and 2 feels comfortable with in their hand, right? I mean, I guess that might be really it. You know, some people are, it's like me, like, you know, I'm not a long hitter, so I'm a lot more comfortable with my hybrid and my 3-wood than maybe.
I say the same thing to myself, to Bird's comment. Doesn't everybody go for that green too? I can't. I can tell you on one hand the number of par 5s I've been on in 2 this year, and it's in 1.
I like that, Birdie. Twin Creeks is a tough course. I like that one.
There's like a whole nother conversation happening in comments outside of the actual stream. That's what
That's
that one
okay.
refers
It's all
to.
about content. It's all about content.
There's
clicks and comments and likes, baby. Keep going. It's good.
There's an Austin versus San Antonio match brewing in the comments.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to. That's what I want to get to. Now that we've kind of got into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, there's a huge I-35 rivalry going on over here. So, Birdie, tell me the players. Tell me who the players would potentially be right here.
Well, I mean,
would it be a foursome, eightsome, what?
Everyone's
San Antonio.
Probably. I mean, if there was going to be a match, I would assume it'd be foursome on foursome, right? Maybe expand it later on.
So who would the players be?
I don't know.
No, don't give me this I don't know stuff. I mean, who would be the main, like...
All right, we were talking about an Austin versus San Antonio ACGT Tour, city versus city. I would choose from Austin. I would choose Greg Keogh. He's on fire right now.
You got Huey.
I would choose Brad Huey. He bombs it.
Bomber.
Brad the Bomber.
I would choose. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to say this right now. I would choose Tommy Norris right now.
Well, he just won.
I know. Oh, jeez, good Lord! I said it out loud.
Can we talk? Let's just shout out to Tommy. He what is he? He was 4 down with 5 to play. Made 5 straight birdies to win the Austin Spring Partnership.
Wow!
And then how can you leave out MD right now? So I think it's MD, Greg Keogh, Brad Huey.
But really, does I mean, I guess because MD lives in the area now, so I guess he's no longer a San Antonio guy, right?
I mean, are we talking tour players who happen to live in Austin, or are we talking about everybody from Austin?
No, we're talking about tour players.
Go tour players.
Jeff Consinius lives in Kyle.
Austin.
Is this a net competition or a gross competition? That is information we need.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of
factors.
Chatter. There's a lot of chatters going on. I think it's just trash talking. It's just like the little match we're having Almost this weekend. Just a bunch of bullshit happening, and we're gonna go out there and stomp on the B squad.
Yeah, and I went out.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that match.
I got 2 tee times at Almost Basin, and we're gonna do an A squad versus B squad. So Jason Sandoval's hitting up a team, and I'm gonna put together a team with Casey and Dustin. Hopefully Travis, if he's feeling up to it, and we're gonna play high ball plus low ball match play. So your lowest score in your foursome added to your highest score is your score on that hole, and we're gonna play a match play.
Who Sando or is it just who else?
It is the ambassador team, the head ambassador team versus the A squad. The A squad's team right now is Jason Sandoval. It is Austin McDowell,
Brad Huey, and Lucas Nadeau.
And Lucas Tornado. Versus myself. To my right, Dustin Hassan. And kitty corner to me, Jason Bird, with on the comments, Casey Graham. So it's Casey Graham, Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, and Jason Bird versus McDowell, Sandoval, the Tornado, and Brad Huey. I'm not sure if I can make it. I've got some stuff going on this weekend, but I'm gonna do my best.
It depends to see who would be that filler in for Trav, but I like the B squad. The B squad sounded pretty nice.
You talking about Sando?
Are we the B?
No.
Who's the B squad?
Are y'all
No,
the B
really?
squad?
Yeah, we're the B squad. Yeah, we're the B
Oh,
squad. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I was like, I would say B squad because of Birdie. That's what I thought. Birdie being the captain.
Oh, now I'm on Team Bird. I'm out. For sure.
I'm out. You just ruined his life.
That was. Did you hear the opening of this segment? Bird was putting together a team.
But you know what, Travis? Like just like every great captain, it's nice to take a break, right? It's nice to take a breather.
Well, you know what? I do like to kick back, relax, let the ambassadors take over, and you know what? If Casey Graham and Dustin Hassan and Jason Bird can do it just as good as me, and I get hit by a bus before the tournament almost basing, I know the tour is going to keep going. So
right here, Sando, chill out there, Andy. I'm just making sure that somebody hears my prediction, and that it's set in stone. That I don't want to come back and say that, when y'all take it,
Well, it's almost basing. Jason Sandoval and Jason Bird play almost basing every day. I don't know who works. I don't know who works anymore. I don't know who works, but they're there every day. I played one time on opening day, and Dustin has never played.
I have not played there. So.
Oh, okay.
We're getting slaughtered. Oh
So,
my God.
I played there that first day. I played there that first day, and then I played Sunday, and it's amazing, right? And Steven Evans right here. I cannot pass this comment up. Is there a C squad?
I'm pulling in Steven Evans to replace Trav if he can't go.
That's right.
I approve. Yeah, I'm sure there's a C squad, and I'm sure there's a D squad, and I'm sure there's an E squad, and then I'm sure there's
the roster's deep,
and I'm sure there's third flight great.
They are third flight great.
On mute there, buddy.
Yeah. I want to get into some of these comments because, man, I thought it was a great show for a lot of great comments here. A lot of great comments here. So I like how Evan stated that golf is paradise there in Scottsdale.
That's Scottsdale. Evan Workman, Joe Workman's brother, watching out in Scottsdale. Thanks, Evan. It's good to hear from you. Thank you so much. Scottsdale, what's in the top 100 in Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Quintero, right?
Quintero,
Greyhawk, right? Greyhawk.
No, just Quintero.
Yeah, just Quintero's the only Scottsdale course that's on the
Really?
list.
It's the only one out of all of them?
What about Dove Mountain in Tucson? Is that?
No.
I mean, there's like tons of great golf courses, but the official top 100 Golf Digest list is just Quintero, as far as I know. Which was a fine golf course.
I like the logo.
Yes, I have a Quintero tchotchke right here.
I like the logo.
Ooh, that is sweet.
Yeah. A little leather wrapped coin. I've never seen that before, Andy.
I never have either. I really like it.
I've never seen it to this day. This is the only one I've ever seen.
Well, as Andy is sorting through comments there, for those of you just tuning in, show's almost over. This is ACGT Tour Power Hour event number 8, recapping event number 8 and episode number 8 of the Tour Report Power Hour, powered by Andy Torres up above me and NothingisOB podcast. Make sure to tune into his shows every Thursday night, NothingisOB South Texas podcast. Andy, who do you got in the show this week?
That's a good question. I don't know yet. I really don't because and this is one thing I wanted to get to because there was an incident that happened with Laura Lewis's cookies, right? And I don't, I know what is it? Stealing is like, I guess, or what is it? The best form of flattery, right? I guess copying, right, or whatever, right? And I think a lot of people,
yes, copycatting is best form of flattery.
I think a lot of people have taken some great things that y'all do at the tour and try to implement it, right? Well, not trying to do what you do because I think it's extremely hard because there is only one tour here in town, and that's why it's elite, right? Well,
elite amateur competitions.
I agree.
Elite amateur golf.
And so I had a request by one of my good buddies that heads up our group to ask to see if Laura Lewis can make us some cookies with our logo, right? And she does. And she makes some cookies for us with our logo, and I want to give them out to the guys. And
I'm pissed.
one of the guys.
You know
one
what?
of the guys. Hey, can you listen? Can you just listen?
Okay,
Listen, Linda.
okay.
Listen.
All right,
Linda.
mute.
One of the guys. We have 9 total winners at the end of this second day event, right? And I'm trying to give it. This guy's played with the group, and I'm trying to give it to some of the other guys hadn't played with the group before, trying to spread the love out. And he said, "Hey, man, I got 3rd place. I want my cookie." And I told him, "Could I say the F word? I don't know. Can I say the F word? You know?" Well, I told him. I said, "No, fuck you. I'm not giving you the cookie." And he took it as like he took it as like a real sign of disrespect. And so I told him again. I said, "If you weren't clear, fuck you. You're not getting a cookie." Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this show is now rated for mature audiences only.
It's past 10 p.m.
At the
It's past
beginning
10
of
p.m.
the excerpt.
Thank you.
It's
And
tour
so-
after dark.
And so he proceeds to tell me, "Hey man, I got 3rd place. I want my fucking cookie." And so I had 2 cookies left, and I say, "You know what, dude? Take the fucking cookies. Here you go." And he goes, "No, it's about principles. It's about principles." And I said, "Well, here, I'm not gonna say it." I said, "F principles, F you, F this, F that," and I'm ready to throw down over these damn cookies. I'm ready to do it.
Well, I can't.
Cookies are causing
I
fights.
have so many comments. A, Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and More. Their cookies are amazing.
Always a
They're
salesman.
amazing.
Always a salesman, Travis. Always a salesman.
They're amazing. My second comment is thank you for giving our tour sponsors business. That is key to the sponsorship within the tour. Listen, I love it. And you know what? If you need to copy our cool ideas to feel good about yourself, I'm totally okay with it.
Well,
Dude, comments are on fire today.
She went way, and I just think, okay, because Travis, you have to know, you have a 9-year-old daughter. I have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, and you know what we're always doing? We're always having damn parties for these kids, and you're always getting these damn cookies made or whatever, and some taste good, some don't, some look good, some don't, and some they taste like shit, right? But the thing is, like so everybody within the league and with the group chat is calling it Cookie Gate, and you know what? And
let's be really clear.
fight
You're
somebody over
referring to your thing as a league.
Well, no, you're a tour. There's a difference.
I'm just making sure that
there's a difference.
I mean, that is on the FAQ page.
The tour is not
This
a
is
league.
not a
The
league.
tour is not a league. The tour is not a league. All right. So when I refer to league, I'm not referring to the ACGT Tour Series.
Well, I appreciate that. And you know what? Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and More, and their cookies are, it's artwork and they taste great. Shout out to everything she does. Every time I've won, Laura asks if I'm taking it home and sharing with the baby. I say yes, but that cookie has never survived the parking lot.
Oh, damn. This is cool.
I love it. I love this.
cool.
Bird has no idea if the cookies taste good.
Jonathan,
42 weeks without a victory.
That is inaccurate because
Jonathan
people
Aiken.
leave their cookies all the time, and I eat
Damn.
the ones left behind.
oh my gosh. Jonathan. Oh,
Oh, that is.
I'm gonna screenshot this. This is
That's
beautiful. This is
I
beautiful.
think that is the culmination of our show tonight. For everyone just watching, we've got 2 spring events open for registration. May the 7th, Almost Basin, stroke play, double points. It is the ACGT Tour's triumphant return to the new Almost Basin. In my opinion, the best $50 golf course around.
Easy.
I mean,
Easy.
it's really good. It's
Easy.
really good. Bird,
Easy.
can you give us how many spots are available for Almost on the fly like that?
Yeah, if you give me like 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Dustin, Hassan, Almost Basin, how are you preparing?
I'm really not.
I'm not. He says I'm not.
Damn.
I'm gonna try to get out there this weekend, play, and that's it,
I'm
man.
not.
Again, try to hit
Let's
the
go check
fairway,
out the golf
try to hit
course.
the
Do a golf
greens,
course
and,
recon first.
Travis,
Jason,
I will be there. Travis,
Yeah.
I will
We
be there.
have
Yeah,
we have 7 spots left.
7 spots. Shut the front door.
Save me
7.
one. Save me one. I'm in.
Mm.
Andy Torres, give
I'm in.
one of them spots to Andy Torres.
Okay, Andy Torres makes
podcast.
Torres
6
makes
left.
6 spots left.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is 6 spots. That is a hard cap of 120 golfers. 6 flights of 20 golfers at Almost Basin. 6 spots left. Sign up now. It's going to go tomorrow for sure once the newsletter hits with the point standings coming out tomorrow. Sign up for the Brackenridge Park Masters. That is the 21st and 22nd of May. That rounds out the ACGT Tour spring season.
That was bad math on my part. That it is actually 16.
Oh, Jason Bird, 10 off, fact checked, and you were proven inaccurate.
I did the math again because it
Fantastic.
seemed like that was rather low for this time in the cycle.
Jonathan Aiken on fire tonight.
Oh,
8th place net. You know what, Andy?
He's a keyboard cowboy tonight.
Keyboard cowboy.
Keep writing. Keep writing.
Dude had a hole in one, and now he just wants to spit.
Well, he has really flown up the point standings, and I'm sure he wishes we talked about
the last 2.
Yeah, I'm sure he wishes about how we talk about that a little bit more. How he's in 4th place, still on the outside looking in though.
I'm just gonna make sure that I'm going for 7th place net. Like just.
You know what, Andy?
I'm gonna shut the haters up.
I'm gonna take the under. 8th place net or better. I'm gonna take 8th place net or better.
I'll take that too.
That's an 80-20 bet. Jonathan Aiken, I'll bet you $1. Andy Torres.
What's the true over under on that? 5th place net? Can we just do a true over under in 5th place net?
Yeah, fifth place net is the true center of the bell curve there. If the line, Andy Torres, if the line is moving to 5th place net, I'm taking the over. I'm sorry.
Take it. I'm going to take it too. I'm going to take it too. I can bet against myself easy. I can bet against myself easy.
Listen, the betting line for me is 7th place net. So.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to sniff that.
Well, guys, we got two events open for registration. That is www.acgttour.golf or on Facebook, ACGT Tour on Facebook there.
We had 11 signups during this live stream.
I mean,
wow.
Guys, that's awesome. That is the content we're looking for.
Amazing.
We want to be here talking about you guys for as long as we can, talking about the camaraderie on tour, the equity across the flights on tour, ACGT Tour travels coming up. Jason Bird, summer season kickoff is also at Almost Basin. When is that, and when do we foresee that opening for registration? Because we want to talk about the point standings resetting to 0 in between the seasons.
Oh, it starts the weekend after we get back from the travels trip. So ACGT Tour is gonna be busy, right? Brack Masters, Tour travels, and then 2-person 666 and back to back weekends.
So that should open for registration here within the next week or two. And that's a big tournament because not only are we playing the first partner event at the new Almost Basin, but the point standings reset. Everybody is back to a 0-point playing field to start at Almost Basin in June. So I'm really excited to wrap up the spring season. This is the biggest season, the best season we've ever had. We are growing exponentially. We are on the air live every Tuesday night. And I'm sorry, I just saw the comment thread. I got distracted there. I apologize.
Woo! Okay. All right. What are the last things? I'm gonna cut you off there, Travis. I want to know. There has to be something. Travis needs to put something on the line to see how many sellouts consecutively. Can you keep it rolling? That's what I want to know. I want you to put something on the line. Something, because you know what? It's really catching a lot of steam. The snowballing.
We're really excited. I agree completely. We're going to keep working hard. I'm not really willing to gamble on sellouts. However,
define sellout, Andy. Is it like the initial block we're given, or all the extra?
I know that, and that's badass.
100. I define sellouts as 100. And that's what the trail defines the sellout as. You keep
having to add more and more, which is a great problem, right? It's a great thing, and so
it is a great problem. Waiting lists are a great problem to have.
Not if you're on it.
Well, if you're on the waiting list, what have we learned?
I was on the waiting list at Torrey.
If we are
sign
on
up early,
but you got in.
That's right.
And you still didn't have the salmon omelet. What's wrong with you?
I'm not. I like salmon the color, not the fish.
I'm rocking salmon pants at Whistling Straits this year.
You're wearing pants?
Every round I'll wear pants. Yes. Yeah, I got no choice. PGA professional rolling into Whistling Straits with 24 guys.
Love it.
Yeah, I got.
Well, it's gonna be 45, blowing 40. I'm gonna be wearing thermals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have new long underwear, cold gear, and heat gear. So I'll go pants either way for sure, 100%.
Oh, I like this bet here.
100%.
Ooh, MD says he is owning the fashion at Kohler. That is shots fired across the bow at Casey Graham.
It's hands down. I've seen his wardrobe. I've seen his wardrobe for this year, and it is on point. Now, Casey's pants are loudmouth pants, and they are legit, and they are awesome, and they are gonna command attention everywhere he goes. But MD's
From the waitresses
is good.
MD's got a strong shirt game.
Last year,
It's good. It is good.
It's strong.
Last year, the waitresses asked Casey to take his pants off. You remember that?
Whoa.
ACGT Tour After Dark.
after
It is the after show.
the sundown show. The sundown show. All right, guys. I think unless you got anything else, now we're at Vegas.
Now I'll go to bed.
We're at Vegas professionals over here, and then we got pants coming off. All right.
No, I got nothing else. Thank you guys for watching with us. An hour and 40 minutes tonight. We were on the air live talking everything that is the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour, from ambassadors to events to score recaps. Congratulations to all of our flight winners from Cedar Creek this past weekend. Thank you so much to Mike Dermanuelian and Joe Workman for coming on the show and being guests tonight. It was a pleasure having you guys and getting insights from the players. Alongside me, Dustin Hassan, Jason Bird, I'm Travis Salkowski, and your host above me, the host with the most, Andy Torres, and Nothing is OB podcast. Andy, take us out.
Hey guys, great stuff tonight, guys. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you sign up for the next event at Almost Basin. And hey, great event, man. Great event, guys, that you put on this past week.
Good
Great
job, guys.
Great pace of play. Tour ambassadors, amazing job. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the support. Keep it going. ACGT Tour Series and Nothing is OB Golf Podcast. Good night.
Peace.